Yeah, I feel good. I had a great week last week. I've had a couple nice days of practice. Yesterday was very light. Today was did a little bit more work, and we still got one more day to prep and prepare. And the golf course is in fantastic shape. It's drying out. It's got some speed to it, and the rough is certainly up, and it's clumpy. So imperative to hit the ball in the fairways and obviously keep the ball in the greens. It's going to be tough to get up and down.
Very good. Thank you, Tiger. Open up for questions for Tiger Woods, please. Start on Mike right here. Mike 3, Craig.
Tiger, just talk about how you think Oak Hill sets up for your game.
Well, I like it. I liked it when I played here in 03. I think it's a fantastic golf course. It's tough. It's right in front of you. Really no surprises out there. You just have to play well. This is one of those courses where you just got to bring it off ball striking wise. You got to hit the golf ball well.
Thank you, Tiger. Question on Mike 4 over here in the middle. Robert.
Hey, Tiger. Historically, when you win at Bridgestone, you get on it. It's given you a bit of a spur into the next week into the PGA. Do you feel is that how you feel? Do you have that level of confidence? And I think in 03 here, you struggled to hit the fairways. You had some good scores, but a lot of them was good chipping, good putting. How are you going to attack this place with the penalty being so high if you miss the fairway?
Well, do I feel good about? Obviously, I feel pretty good about winning by 7 and then coming here. So I feel like my game's pretty good. As I was saying to a lot of you guys last week, that's how I played at the British Open. Only difference is I made more putts last week. I hit it just as good at Muirfield and didn't make any putts the last 3 days, and at Firestone I putted well, but I hit the ball just the same. So I was the last couple of days. Yesterday I just took it easy and didn't do much, just chipped and putted. But today I did a little bit more work and started to get the feel for this golf course, how it's playing. It's playing quick. I mean, these fairways are, especially on the left side, they obviously cut it down grand on the left side, so you can get a lot of chase to it. Some of the holes, you run out of room quick, and it's playing, even though it's a little bit longer than what it was in 03, I think it might be playing a little bit shorter because it is drier. The balls were really running out there, and how I'm going to attack it is, I think I'm just going to play to my little sections and go from there. I just think that there depends on wind and some of the holes, how far I decide to go down on some of these fairways, and obviously sometimes I may lay back with 5 or even 3 iron off some of the tees.
Yeah, do you have a feel yet in terms of how many times you'll pull out the driver this week, or is that still to be determined?
Yeah, it's about between probably 2 and 5 times. Depends on wind and conditions.
Thank you. Tiger, over to the right. Question on Mike 2.
Hey, Tiger. The game is very popular right now. You are playing beautifully. Phil is playing well as well. You're 1 and 2 in the world. And that being said, since you guys have competed against each other for a number of years and with each other on national teams, how would you describe the relationship both professionally and personally between you two?
Well, it's I just got asked that last week, actually. So we've known each other since probably started probably more in '97 when I made the Ryder Cup team then, and we've battled and we've gone head to head quite a few times. Not as much as people might think. I'm actually, as I was saying last week, I actually battled VJ and Ernie more times because we played around the world and have gone at it more on a global basis. But Phil and I certainly have battled in a few majors and a few tournaments here and there, and we've gotten to know each other over the years by being on these teams each and every year. I've missed one team and because I had that ACL reconstruction, but other than that, I've been on every team, and it's been the three of us. It's been Jim, myself, and Phil since '97 on every team. So it's been a lot of fun.
Tiger, I have a few questions over here to the left. Mike 3.
Tiger, this course hosted a Ryder Cup. There's been a lot of talk of it possibly in a few years getting a President's Cup. How do you think it would set up for an event like that?
Well, it's proven that it's a fantastic match play course. You know, obviously we've had U.S. Opens and PGAs here, but having the Ryder Cup here, I watched it, and it was an incredible event. You know, watching Seve slash it from every place and get up and down, hold chips, and I remember that singles match and playing as Lehman striped it all day, and Seve never saw the golf course but hung in there. That was pretty gutsy, and then him and obviously Guilford, winning a couple matches, I think. But it's a great match play course. I think it was set up that week more towards an Open. I think that's what Lanny wanted. He had a lot of guys who hit the ball straight. And I think that Curtis was on that team, and Corey, Lauren, very straight hitters, Tom. And I think that was more catered to that type of golf. And but it came down to the very end. But I think that's, if you have a President's Cup or a Ryder Cup here, it's a great venue. The people are so into it up here, and they love their golf and are so supportive of it.
I think Tiger, stay on Mike 3 to the left.
Tiger, to follow up there on what you were talking about with Phil, you and Phil and Jim have been the face of American golf here for going on 2 decades. I'm curious as to who you think might be some of the younger generation of players who can eventually follow in your footsteps. I know you still have many good years left, but some of the younger players who you think can be the future of the American generation of professional golfers.
Yeah, there's. I probably have to say, Ricky and Dustin are probably going to make teams, especially Dustin with his length. He's going to make a lot of teams. But there's so much young talent, and it's not just U.S. talent. I mean, the talent's coming from all over the world now, and at such a young age. I mean, especially throughout Asia. So that's going to be interesting. But we have a lot of good players coming up, and I think that, as I was saying, Ricky and Dustin and probably a few more other guys I'm probably not mentioning that certainly will have a chance to make teams for the next decade plus.
Tiger, question in the front row. Mike 1. Mark?
Hey, Tiger. I just wonder, you're obviously having as good a year as anybody in the world right now. How do you, with your high standards and the majors being your real target, differentiate what a great year is, for example, right now with 5 wins, and whether you can have a great year without a major on the docket for that year?
Yeah, well, I think having a win in one major championship just automatically means you had a great year. Even if I think you miss a cut in every tournament you play in, if you win one, you're part of history. This year for me, I think it's been a great year so far for me. Winning 5 times, and look at the quality of events that I've won. A players and 2 World Golf Championships in there. That's pretty good.